Thank you for taking time to watch my internship presentation. Um, my name is Samantha Simpson. I'm a teacher at Wild Lake Middle School in Columbia. This is my 4th year as an 8th grade math teacher there, and this is where I held my internship. I'm also pursuing my master's in educational technology at Loyola University. The internship objectives were increasing as we went along. So the first one in the beginning, it was just that I wanted the math teachers to be able to create Canvas assessments given different questions to use. And then once they were able to do that, we went on to that I wanted them to be able to create and administer at least one Canvas assessment to their students using at least 3 different question types. And then at the end, they should be able to create and administer at least one Canvas assessment that includes a multimedia question, which would be anywhere from a question that has a picture involved in it or a video question. So my timeline goes from February 18th till the week of April 15th to the 18th, so right before spring break. I started off with an interest form, sending it to the math teachers, which asked them if they were interested in learning more about Canvas assessments, and if they were, then what days would they be available to meet if they, for for face-to-face sessions. Every other week, I would host a professional development session, and in the off weeks from those, I would be in the media center to hold one-on-one sessions for teachers who needed assistance or just to answer questions. So my initial survey was sent out to about 8 or 9 math teachers. It asked them their name, how comfortable they were with creating Canvas quizzes, would they like to learn more, and if yes, when would be a good day to meet, so for the one-on-one sessions. Out of those 8 teachers, I got response from 5, and only 3 of those 5 actually would like to learn more. So they were off, Monday and Wednesdays after school every day except Friday, and then someone said whenever. So it was pretty easy to pick a day that would work for everybody. So, like I said, I would hold one-on-one sessions and I would hold professional development sessions. So I have my poster that I created, like an online flyer, for each of my face-to-face sessions, and then I would send out the weeks of my drop-in one-on-one sessions. I would send out this same digital poster that says that I'll be in the media center Mondays and Tuesdays from 3 to 4:30, and anybody that would like to come would be great. And then I have some of my professional development sessions, I would close with having them complete a survey for their feedback, and the questions usually were, did you learn something new? What is one thing you still would want to learn? And would you attend the next session? Or I would have them take screenshots of what they created, so that way I could, determine how effective or how involved they were in the session. I was able to meet 5 of the key concepts during my internship. So starting off, I was able to meet key concept 3.1, and this one is that the candidate will be able to apply technology to facilitate a variety of effective assessments and evaluation strategies. So during my internship, I taught staff members how to use Canvas quizzes and create assessments to assess and evaluate their students. During my professional development sessions, I evaluated my effectiveness by having them complete either a Google Form survey about the session, and then through these surveys, I was able to determine whether or not I was teaching the staff members something new, and I would tailor my next session based off what they still wanted to learn. I also had attendees screenshot and send me their work to show their engagement in the activities. Another key concept was Key Concept 8.1, which is that the candidates will be able to model and promote strategies for achieving equitable access to digital tools and resources. So my internship showcases my ability to coach teachers in using technology that they already use to its fullest capabilities. So Howard County and Wild Lake Middle School use Canvas to keep parents and students involved in what's happening in the classroom. However, those teachers are mainly just using it to post assignments and grades or communicate with the parents. So I created a plan and a timeline for my internship that wanted the math teachers to use Canvas assessments in their math classrooms. So then I took my proposal with my timeline to my principal and other key stakeholders for approval. So that way I could present it to my math team and professional development sessions for those staff members. So the key stakeholders were my math instructional support teacher and administration. I introduced my idea to the math team after I got approval, and I created a presentation to showcase the benefits to not only the students, but the teachers for using these online quizzes as a way to assess their students. And then after that, I sent out my initial Google form to determine the interest level. And I held my bi-weekly professional development sessions teaching different aspects of the Canvas quizzes for the teachers to learn how to create and implement them in their classroom. I worked really closely with my math instructional support teacher at my school, and so that way I could make sure the use of Canvas quizzes was equitable and make sure that I was modeling and promoting the best practices for the strategies for all teachers to follow. So that way when I introduce this myself to the whole school, we'll have made sure that we are using Canvas quizzes so that it is equitable for everyone in the school and ready to go school-wide. Another key concept I was able to meet was 14.2, which is the candidates will be able to demonstrate the ability to lead technology initiatives at the school and district level. So I received approval from my principal for my internship, and my internship was promoting my technology initiative of having the math teachers use Canvas assessments to assess their students. To lead my technology initiative, I held professional learning sessions to teach the math teachers how to create and implement the quizzes. And in between sessions, I offered my drop-in one-on-one sessions for anyone who needed support in creating or implementing their quizzes. I had support from my administration for my initiative because they want the teachers at Wild Lake Middle School to use Canvas more with their classes, and we have so much technology that they want that to be used. Canvas was introduced only a couple years ago, therefore the teachers are still learning how to use it and transition from their usual instructional methods. Key concept 15.1, that the candidate will be able to apply models of professional learning to begin the process of real change in the school. I held multiple professional development sessions for the math teachers at my school using Canvas quizzes and how to create them. On the weeks that I did not hold the professional development sessions, I held drop-in one-on-one sessions for the teachers that needed extra help. And lastly, we have key concept 16.2, that the candidate will be able to determine and implement the best approaches for improving their technology integration efforts through a continual process of self-evaluation and reflection. So during my internship, I wrote a reflection after each professional development and one-on-one session that I held. I was able to keep track of my internship through these reflections and keep my timeline. Through these reflections, I thought about what went well and what didn't, and what I would change for the next professional development session and what the teachers still need. After the PD sessions, I also had the teachers who attended complete Google Forms about their experience and asked what they still wanted to learn. I was then able to use their feedback to tailor my next sessions to meet their needs. My plan is to continue giving professional development and one-on-one sessions throughout the remainder of the school year, and this will help me stay up to date with technology because I'll be researching and learning new aspects of Canvas in order to teach them to the staff. Because I want to go even further than just the quizzes. Canvas has a lot to offer, and if I keep going, I want to teach them more about, creating modules, discussion posts. You can create groups and tailor group projects through Canvas, and so that'll get me up to date on how to do all of that so then I can teach them, and this will help my school to continue to make progress and growth. So I had to make a couple changes to my internship. So I ended up making more screencasts to help my teachers after the session so they could go back and look. I ended up changing my last session to an instructional screencast because my last scheduled session for face-to-face was so close to spring break, and the schedule was just so packed already that asking teachers to then come to an hour after school to learn about, this last professional development, I thought they would benefit more for just being able to watch it on their own time. And so I ended up changing my last professional development to a screencast instructional video. Overall, I think my internship went really well. The support from my administration and MIST was definitely very helpful, and it was so nice to have their support and just being able to help when I needed it. My math instructional support teacher supported me through helping to ask the teachers during their planning sessions to, why don't we create this into a Canvas assessment rather than just a regular paper assessment. She was really, encouraging them to do that. Having the teachers fill out the feedback surveys before they left my sessions was also very helpful because it actually encouraged them to actually do it. They were doing it right then and there, and I wasn't, hoping they'll remember to do it later on. It was holding them accountable for completing them. They also helped me to know what they still wanted to learn so then I could use what they wanted and teach them that at the next session so they were actually getting what they wanted out of the sessions. The participants that actually came were great. A lot of them came to more than one session, and their support was awesome because I ended up having at least 4 people at each of my sessions, which I know is not very much, but unfortunately the fact that I only used my math teachers rather than school-wide, I didn't have very many to start with. So what I learned that staff buy-in is very difficult. It makes me want to be more supportive of other teachers when they have professional developments because now I know what it feels like. That also the staff liked having the videos to reference after the sessions. So making sure I always make a screencast of what we're going to be doing so then they can have that for reference later is definitely something that I learned and I'm going to continue to do. And what I would change, so going forward, I want to take this to maybe school-wide instead of just limiting to the math team because it gives me way more teachers to, get participation from and gives me a broader range of participants rather than just, 4 out of the 9 or 10 teachers that I offered it to. And I also want to look into offering CPD credits for the participants to, establish more of a buy-in and, gain more participation. It gives them more of an incentive to come and participate rather than not really being able to give them much for coming. So my next step, so continuing to hold my professional developments and one-on-one sessions throughout this year. I want to learn more about Canvas to expand beyond just Canvas quizzes. Like I said, I want to do modules, discussion posts, creating groups, and all that fun stuff with Canvas to just expand my knowledge and their knowledge. I want to offer more online sessions using video presentations and Canvas modules, which will then help, teachers that can't always stay after school or that just don't have time. If I'm holding them online, they can do it on their own time and still, gain the knowledge that they need. I want to start off next year offering the professional development sessions and one-on-one sessions, and maybe take it year long. And also looking into offering CPD credits for the participants. So next year, I definitely want to be able to offer some kind of credit for my teachers that attend. But thank you for your support and your feedback. I really appreciate it.